Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. Oh, my bad. There you go. Let's see. Do we have any news today? Let me check real quick. Not too bad today. Not too bad. I don't think so. Because I tried, like I said, I tried to recreate it and I could not get it to do that. I'm not 100%. I don't think so because it doesn't. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure to be honest. Like it's like I said, I tried to recreate it. Like I got to switch to the A. That was easy. But as far as the switching grades, like when you switch the settings, like that's the one I could not get it to do. Yeah, I don't know. Well, actually, wait, hold on. It switched because it was a B grade. So actually, that isn't incorrect, but it wasn't valid. That's the only thing. Because it being a B grade was correct, but it was just over. It was a counter trend trade, so that was normal. So that's the only thing I don't know. That I don't know. Just let me know if it happens again. We can keep an eye on it, I guess. No, it would be not counter trend trade. This would fire correctly. Yeah, for like if it's a strong trend opposite, it allows it to fire. If it's transitioning or weak, that's when it's considered counter trend. Yeah, that'll actually work. How's everyone else doing? That is good to hear. Yeah, see if you pop up. We'll see. I'll be good. Just sleepy. Otherwise, pretty good. Yeah, I was working on a bunch of stuff. See if the supplies or demands on here. I was making a bunch of stuff for the auto trader, like getting a site and stuff ready. It's not pink. It's like reddish, dark reddish. That's it's hard to say. So I guess technically today, because it was actually like somewhat released. The official release date hasn't like for the public isn't out yet. So it depends on. So it's hard to say. Are we gonna go like on when it was released, like in for like because technically it's released today, like the for like certain like for the early people, something like that, and then the official release for the like the general public will be later on this month. Good morning, actually. Oh, the dark purple is for the how do I explain this? It's for the pro pro version, like people that it's just for people that have the auto trader already. That's like they have the access to it. I thought I let me see. Ooh, holy guys, I'll be right back. So for how it's gonna work, just to make it very simple, very clear. So there's 3 spots left, like the site, like on the site. So basically, once those 3 spots are gone, availability. I mean, obviously, it's gonna be available to everyone, but it's gonna be available at it's just gonna be part of the pro package. The reason being is juggling all these different, like, who has what is like gonna be a nightmare. It's actually kind of a little tricky right now for me, trying to figure out like who has what subscription and all this. So it's just to make it easier, especially if we get a lot of people using it. So it just makes it really simple for me. So pretty much once those 3 are gone, it's just gonna be, if you want the auto trader, it'll just be the pro package. Which all it is including, it's everything that you already have. So if you don't want the auto trader, obviously you don't have to do anything. You just stay as is. If you wanted it, then you just upgrade to the pro package. You keep everything that you already have plus the auto trader. And if you have any questions or any concerns or anything like that, you can always DM me. We can also always talk. That is never a problem. Obviously, the auto trader is not for everyone because you got to pay the subscription and they're going to pay for the pick my trade. It's not like it's like you have the auto trader, boom, you can auto trade. There's still more involved to it. There's definitely got to be subscription of like pick my trade or traders post. So it's not for everyone. Yeah, so as I said, it's not for everybody. It's there's a little bit of overhead to it. So yeah, so it's like just gotta be aware. I can go into more in depth to show you how that all works. Yeah, no, I get you. I totally get you. Yeah, that's why it's kind of one of the reasons why I made it a separate package. Is just for as far as like if I added it to the normal package, then prices would have to go up. So I didn't want to actually impose that on anyone that wasn't ready or didn't want it. It didn't seem quite right. just because it's like, hey, I'm going to add this. Right. Yeah, because like the auto trader is just for a certain type of trader, so it's not like everyone. Some people want to learn how to actually trade or want to trade. They want to trade their account. Some people just want to be kind of hands off or have an account that trades on its own. That totally makes sense. All right, we were rejected off when we got to this high here. That's pretty interesting. So bounced up midline pretty hard, or right in that area. We're bouncing off midline there again. Let's see which way we want to go. Yeah, and I still do plan to, because I'm going to plan the auto trader. It's going to get a Ninja Trader release, so there's that. But the kind of like the main thing is I didn't want to affect the people that don't even care about the auto trader. It's not their goal. So I just wanted to keep everything kind of where they get everything, or they don't want it or not ready for it. They don't have to worry about that. I just can worry about I just want to learn how to trade. I want the indicator. That's all I really care about. Just so you can get the best of both. But one doesn't affect it at all. And I do plan on adding more to both. So like obviously the normal plus pen, that's what everyone has, like right currently. I'm gonna add to that one still. So it's not gonna be like abandoned or anything. That's gonna be added. It's gonna be that's more of like the tools for everyone to trade with. And then like the other stuff will just be for like, the crazier stuff, like anything automated or anything like that. Anything like manual, anything like for your like daily trading, that's still gonna be part of the normal VIP. Nothing changed there. Any tools I develop or anything like that, it's still gonna be able to be accessed. Yeah, just with the auto trader, there is the support side, which I'm always here, guys, to help you guys out, but that one's a little more demanding because it's real money. So I got to make sure I'm on top of, if anything happens, I got to be able to reply and get you guys settled. Same way as I do now, but I think it's a little more daunting. There's a lot to. At first, it could be a little confusing. Once you're set up, it's pretty simple. You keep getting to this. Keep getting up here and keep rejecting. Quite interesting. Quite interesting. Got about 5 minutes on the 30-minute, 1 hour, and 4 hour candle. It seems like it wants to go up. It's having a little bit of trouble around the 400 level, so we'll see. We'll have to test like the level. Yeah, so we definitely need it. Missed that move yesterday, man. I was, like we barely missed that one by like 2 candles. But that's how it goes. Gotta trust the edge. I don't know if you guys can tell, I changed a couple of things in the Discord as far as like some of the public channels. They're not really public anymore. I'm tired of getting spammed. Very, very annoying. Still there, just not access for everyone else to like. You can't just like come in here and spam and then leave. Yeah, they would hit literally every open channel they can get to, and then leave. I'm like, ugh, super annoying. Yeah, and I'll be scheduling the walkthrough for next week. We'll be scheduling the normal walkthrough that we do every month, and then I will be doing another one for the auto trader as well. They'll be separate. The auto trader is a little bit simpler. I'll be going to basically setting it up, going from start to finish, like the process. And obviously, like you'll I'm using auto trader, so you'll see you see it in action. But as far as the setting it up, start to finish, I'll go over how to do that just in case. I'll be streaming it as well. I'm actually gonna start streaming the because I recorded the last one, but the audio was a little funky on it. What I'm gonna do is actually stream them to YouTube. I do have a bot for that, but I don't know. It's whatever. So technically, I do have a bot for it, but but anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna do the walkthrough like normal, and then I'm going to stream it. So if you miss it, just go to the VODs and then it'll be there. It's just gonna be raw, so it's gonna be just it's not gonna be edited or anything. So, but it'll have the whole walkthrough there. Yes, it's exactly the same as the indicator. So it's a mirror of it. Everything's pretty much 100% the same. You can pick a TP1, TP2, or one or the other. You can like pick my trade. You can actually set up to trail and do stuff in multiple TPs. But in the auto trader itself, you can pick TP1, TP2, and then you can pick if you pick C, it'll pick C and up. If you pick like B, it'll pick B and up, and so on. If you want only A, whatever the lowest you set it, that's the lowest grade it'll go to and up. Let's see if we don't get a setup here, I'll show you. But yeah, it's pretty much exactly the same as the indicator. Like the whole idea is it's 100% the exact same. It's taking the exact same trades, exact same thing. Everything's the same. The only thing that's different is you just don't see all this stuff. It's literally if I had a dashboard like built the same way, you would see the exact mirror. It's just meant to be lighter. It's supposed to be meant for just the auto training. So because it has all this stuff rendering, it's a lot of stuff going on at the same time. I think it actually slows down my computer. I have both of them running, and everything else running. But yeah, it's doing the exact same thing as the normal trade, the normal strategy. So close there. But yeah, so if you go here, everything looks pretty much the same. And then you go to here, and then you have the grade minimum. You just pick whatever grade is the minimum. And then from there, the system will only fire for those trades. I would say B-ish. I would say in the B's. The one thing that's hurting it is probably like B, just because of its counter trend. But it's just, since it's strong trend, it'll still fire, and the orb size is it overshot it a little bit. These are what is hurting it. So we had really good volume. I don't know what the volatility is, so I would say probably goodish. It's in the beginning. It's beginning part of orb. I would say in the B's for sure. Like, yeah, I think probably over a C. But I mean, as you just saw a C right now, like it's try to fire a C. But I would say B is probably one of the highest. Maybe B plus if it like absolutely just has maybe really good volume. So, right, you would think that, right? Like that would be like the logical thought. But so when I was looking at the data, what I was finding is that the counter trend trades, as far as strong, if it was strong, like a strong reversal, like those worked. It was when it was weak or transitioning, that's when we were getting cooked. Because like in the reasoning being is it takes a lot more for it to break counter trend. It takes a lot more effort. And price of doing that shows like follow through. Versus the weak trend, it's more of a pullback. Then it will break out to the counter trend and then reverse. With the strong trends, it tends to actually follow through. So when I was trying to figure out the counter trend thing, I wasn't just looking at counter trend. I was actually looking at the data as far as what works, what doesn't work, because that's where the like I don't remember if you guys remember like where the B's were like bleeding. It was just bleeding money. Is because it was allowed to, like, you could have a B set, like if it was like a weak trend, like weak, it says weak bear, weak bull, or transitioning to like the opposite side, or like in transition where there was no actual clear trend yet, and it was still being able to fire. Like yesterday, I think it was a B. I mean, actually it worked. I mean, yeah, but we, like I said, we barely missed that one. But obviously, some do work, some don't. But that's where the B subs were bleeding money, because it was able to fire either side. So you would get a B setup to the top and bottom, and because there was no clear trend yet, like if it's transitioning, or if it was a weak trend, you could fire a B to the downside and B to the top side. It just because it worked either way. But in reality, you would want the weak to be going in the correct with the trend. But for the strong, if they do, when they work, they tend to work a lot better because it takes a lot more effort for it to just do a full reversal. So eliminating all counter trend trades wasn't ideal. Uh, so what I did was I had every all the trades. I knew their setups. Like, oh, well, I didn't know their setup. I had them coded to like kind of like a debug mode. And then when I would run the CSV, it would that data would be in there as well. Yeah, and the thing is, like, I had a feeling that one's gonna work. To be honest, when I was looking at it, and it transitioned maybe like 2 candles after it broke out. So I was actually tempted to actually take it anyways, but I was like, no, follow the rules, you know. So if the breakout would have happened 2 candles later, it would have been in the correct phase. So it would have worked. I mean, I'm not saying it would have worked. It would have been valid. It was just the timing was a little off. But yeah, so like weak trends when when it's weak and we go counter trend, those tend to fail because they're just kind of like either a pullback or they're just just a dip and then it reverses. Yeah, so there was like a point I think because the Bs were just really not that good, and that was the reason is because they were able to break to either side because it was valid. I mean, you saw yesterday it was a B setup. It was a B setup, but it was counter trend. Like I said, it did work, but so say it didn't work, and then we broke to the top side, it would have been another B setup. So it'd have been it was able to break to either side, so there was no like validation as far as like it could have worked. It will work either side. It was like either side can fire a B, so it's like kind of 50-50. Yeah, majority would fail. I know. I was like, I was hoping. I was like, if it closes back an orb, but like I said, I was kind of tempted to take it as far as it's like, I mean, it's a B. It's a B now. Technically, I could enter. That's how I was kind of thinking of it. I was like, oh, I mean, it would have been the same thing anyways. But I was like, I'm just gonna just wait just in case. I don't want to get cooked here on it, just because of yeah, and it did pretty much what I wanted it to do too. To be fair, I did catch the move on the way up. When it dropped, I actually caught the move on the way up. But I was scalping. Yeah, but I was way later. I was way like after I got off the screen. Yeah, I ended up making like 500 on the trade. I knew it was gonna reverse. I didn't know it was gonna reverse. I had a feeling. I had a feeling. Your alarm was gonna. Oh no, 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 nah. Yeah, that's pretty funny. I was like, how far are we gonna drop? Because I think it ended up dropping like a crazy amount. Well, I'm gonna lie, I was a little salty about it. But I was like, we're gonna go up. But yeah, we eventually did. Yeah, because I entered right, it retested off like the previous week low when it started reversing. I was like, oh yeah, this is a high rejection area. So I was like, okay. I was like, put my thoughts below the previous week low, like the levels, and then just let it kind of just go whatever, do whatever I wanted. No, no, no. I was in scout mode. No, it was already. Let's see. Oh, where was it? I I don't know. Hold on. Okay, I entered here around here, and I let it, and it just bounced up. Well, to be fair, I was already like, this is a high rejection zone off the 4 hour, and I was like, this rep with like no correction. I was just waiting for it, and then once we like retested off of the previous week low, I entered, and then just I saw the bounce. I was like, okay, and then boom, like nice. Which one? This one? Leave NQ to ES. I used to trade ES. That was it's smooth. I just the movements are a little bit, they're a little bit smoother. I mean they're basically the same thing. It's just I mean from like I remember when I was like first starting out, um like they were like, oh yeah, ES, that's kind of like the easier one to trade. The movements are a little cleaner, slower, a little more predictable. The NQs for like kind of more experience because it's quicker, it's volatile, it's movements can happen a little bit quicker. So I mean, but I mean, if so, I can't really like say because I don't know their trading style. I don't know, but maybe it's because maybe NQ is in a point where it's not respecting certain things. That could be possibly a reason why they're leaving, just because like we're in a certain regime, or I don't know, maybe their data holds better there. I mean, because they are correlation pairs. Yeah, I mean, because like that was kind of like the not the issue, but with gold, it was kind of like that too. It was like it wasn't respecting certain things. But I mean, like I said, I used to trade NQ and have ES on the side just to see what it was doing. It was like, are we having a divergence? Are we having we did like it's like, oh okay, ES just broke out. NQ is about to follow, like, or like NQ just broke out, and or like NQ just broke out, and ES is still an orb. So we might have a like pullback, and then once they both break, it's like, okay, we're gonna probably rock it. That's how I would use that as like kind of a confirmation. Not always as like, oh yeah, just because they're doing this, it needs to be the same. Because sometimes they're one could be breaking to the top side, one could be breaking to the bottom side, having some big divergence. Are you taking for orb or just in general? I mean, it could be just their data supports it. I mean, I don't know if it's just the follow through now. That'd be the kind of like my thing. It's like, oh, is it because the market, is it evolving, or is it just like your data is just not holding up anymore? Like their data's not just like it's not holding up. I mean, I could see like if like say you have like a 70% win rate. Well, I mean, it's hard to say because it's like say you have like like I don't know 4 years of data, right? And your stats, but then it's just absolutely tanking, like just having an abysmal year, like well below your average. Say like say you're out of those 4 years, you're stay about 60-70%, right? And then like this year you're at like a 30% win rate. Like your data is just it's like, I'm doing everything right, I'm following my rules, I'm taking the right trades, taking the right setups. And then I'd be like, wow, that's a really big anomaly. Like over the 4 year, I think it's just blowing it out of the water as far as like the opposite of what it normally does. I could see something like that maybe. Obviously, you can have a bad year, but if it's just something like I can't explain, That's a good question, actually. And that's always kind of the I wouldn't say worry, but that's always kind of the thought. It's like, when do you know your edge is gone? I would say, hmm, obviously the biggest thing is tracking the data. So that'd be like the big thing, right? I would say, hmm, I guess that's like the one thing, like, because you gotta look. I would have to really look at the data. I would even say, like, honestly, for me to actually say my edge is gone, it would have to be about maybe about a year of just absolute bad. Obviously, I know that's a little bit long time, but I think it would take like a big. It would have to be like going maybe like a 30% year or 20% year, just to really look at it, like, what happened here, what caused it, what caused catastrophic failure, like what caused, and if I followed my rules to a T, like I followed 80 trade plus, that is absolutely tiny. Well, it depends. Okay, actually, hold on. That's not tiny. It depends on the frequency. 80 trades is not. I mean, like I said, it depends on the strategy. 1 to 2 months is literally a market cycle. That could literally just be a bad market cycle. That is not enough. Like, for me, that is not enough data. I need more than I need 500 trades to that's proving something to me. Like, I would say, like, let's say, like, it's, oh yeah, that'd be, oh okay, yeah, like if I lost 70 of 80 trades, then there's something really going on. Like, that's statistically very difficult to happen, because like with orb, you're technically at 50% already. Like, you know like they would, for, I think, like, so that's kind of like the thing, though. I think that, like, the more data you have, the easier it would be to identify. But, like, if you have like less data, I think it's like a little bit harder, and then more can happen. Like, okay, so like what we use is 7 years. That is a very long time. That is literally every type of market cycle, every type of regime, every type of, we had you know COVID and just all sorts of craziness. I would say about 50%. It's either it goes or it doesn't. I think at least it starts around 50%. It's probably less, to be honest. But I would assume if you're going like to a 1-to-1, I would say, like, because like a 1-to-1, it's almost 50% already. That's what I'm saying. Like, it depends. If you do, like, I don't know, like 50%, maybe like midline. I think about 50%. Obviously, I'm pulling those numbers out of the air. I do not know. That's where it gets a little dicey, because, like, nowadays, that's if you're, like, say the breakout is, like, this low, I mean, you're okay. But if it's like up here, you're gonna probably get cooked. But if you just say you went for a static, like, midline every single time, went for 1-to-1, I think you might have like a 50% ish chance there, because it'd be like 70 points. Like, like if the average is, whatever, it'd be like whatever the half is plus the breakout. But yeah, if you went for like a static, maybe you'd be okay. Yeah, that's where like I think you start like okay, you start probably at 50%, but then when you go start moving, you start having like weird stop losses and stuff like that. It really can, because you can still be right. That's the thing. Yeah. So for Apex, I think it ends today for their 90% off sale. So if you pick up the 50K and pass, that's the only thing you pass. They extended the what do you call it? The PA fee, the PA like to like the 14th. So basically, you have to the 14th to do your PA fee. To pay your like if you pass to pay the fee so you can get funded. But their 90% ends today. As far as experience, deals wise, see like they're the ones running like obviously 90% off. That's a pretty darn good deal. They still have like the 5 packs and everything too. So if you're looking to get like a bunch of evals. Lucid also is running a sale. I don't have any codes for them, but I like them. They're a good proper. I think E8 Markets is also having 30%, 30 and 40% off. I do have codes for them. Oh, look at this. Look at this. I'm trying to think. As far as me, I'm running I already emailed you, so just check your emails for that. Yeah, maybe we'll see. Bounced off that previous week low, held pretty well. Yeah, as far as the edge case, I would think that like you would need like if I saw like I don't know 10, 15, like just something crazy. I wouldn't say my edge is gone. I'm just saying this is a really bad dry spell, but I think the markets would really have to change for say my edge is gone. But if I saw like alpha decay, like if I started going from we have 60% win rate over the 7 years, but then if I saw it like over maybe like the next year or two, like we start just kind of like slowly like I don't think it would be like catastrophic. That's the thing. I don't think it would be a catastrophic failure. I think if it stopped working, it would be like we would start slipping into the 50s, like somewhere in the 50s, and start getting closer to 50%. And then like if it started happening like that, I would say okay, the edge is being lost somewhere. It's time to retool. But the fact over those 7 years, we've held around the same win rate. It's not like 1 year was 30% and the other year was 80%. Since they're all like pretty much like together and like they stay in the same area. That's what tells me okay, it's not just a lucky year or a lucky month, or like they're not. There's nothing. Everything's pretty much in a group. So if like say like this year we ended with like I don't know 55, and then the next year was 50, and then it was like 45. Obviously they're not like it's gonna be like perfect like that, but like yeah, if it started like going down and like just kept getting worse and worse, and then be like something's going on. That was always my like, big debate of like when I would back test, like when before any of this like had the indicator or anything, I would because it would work. Like I would do like my static like stop loss like 20 points or sorry 30 points or 50 points depending on the orb size, and it would work. I mean, I remember when I first back tested it, like it was like I don't know, like 2024, 2025, just back testing. It like absolutely destroyed it. Like literally, it couldn't lose. I was like, oh my god, I found it. This is it. This is my strategy. I like 14. I don't know, a bunch of trades in a row, like 14 in a row or 10 in a row. I was like, oh my god, this is it. I figured it out. I then got demolished. Like the next couple months, it absolutely just got smoked. I was like, oh. So I was like, yeah. Then like for the next 3 months, I just lost. Like it would just lose. Like it did not hold. And I just caught a good market cycle there, right? But then I was like, okay, how do I figure out if I'm in a bad market? And the thing is, it's like that was always my biggest thing. Is like, how do I figure out? But it's like, how do you know? Like, how do you figure out like a bad market? Like that was like my thought. I was like, okay, if I can figure out if I'm in a bad market before it happens, then I can know when the strategy's gonna work. But then it's like, how are you gonna know before? Like if you're going with static stop losses and just doing mechanically, that was the whole thing. You gotta like, that was where I was like trying to come up with all these rules and like, oh, don't do this, don't do that, which was fine. It works. It made it like very, very finicky. Yeah, it's that moment where you're like, you think you figured out the you got it. It's like, oh man, I figured it out. Then just get worked. And like, oh, and that's because like the year I was backtesting was a really good year. Then I went to 2023, and yeah, it was like, yep, this is not gonna work. There's no way to make this work. But it's a part of trading. It's part of learning. It's part of understanding. That's why it's really good at backtest to understand what works, what doesn't work. So easy to be like the best trader in the world backtesting because like, oh yeah, I wouldn't have taken that trade. Oh, I wouldn't have done that, obviously. And then in real time, get cooked, or don't take that trade because you hesitated. These lessons learned. Yeah, we'll see if we get the breakout. It's a little messy right now. Well, that's the thing though. It's like you can have all the data in the world, but nothing. The market's gonna do whatever it wants. That's kind of like that's just kind of how the world works, how the market works. Because all we're doing is giving it probable edge. Like everything's probable. Like it's the probabilities. It's like it's not that it should happen. It's it's that it could happen. Just we are reacting to it. But there will always be more setups, more trades, and market's always moving. Just because you missed that one trade doesn't mean there won't be another trade. I don't know how long it took me to get my head. For me, that was one of the things that was making me blow it. Not making me blow accounts. That was the reason I was blowing accounts, but that was the reason I was blowing accounts a lot. Because I missed a trade and then I'd want to trade. I was like, man, I should have made that money. And then end up doing something to my account and then being down. And then if I would have just left it alone. Yeah. What like the other thing that like really like kind of like cemented that in my head was like it was kind of more of like a pain thing, I guess you could call it like that. So I would like every times where I'd have like a good 2 weeks, right? Good 2 weeks of trading. Like ups and downs, but overall good, right? My account was up. I was working my way to passing. And then have just a day I go on tilt something happened. I went on tilt, ended up blowing the account or having like a couple $100. Like I'm down bad. Like I, pretty much account's cooked. And then, the trading day's over. My account's pretty much blown. And, at that point, next trade pretty much, it's gone. Pretty much all the work I did, like all that 2 weeks I built, just gone one day. Right. And then what I would do is just kind of like, I guess, torture myself a little bit. And then I would see the next couple of days of like, wins and losses. And then like over the next 2 weeks, if I would have just not messed up that one day, or just would have kept my just not want a full tilt, I would have passed the account. And then I would keep track of that. And it would like, that remember that feeling. Like, I don't want it to feel like this again. I don't want to blow more money on this. Just don't let one bad day, ruin my account. You can always make the money back. You gotta give yourself a chance to make it. When I would break one of my rules, I would have to go walk a mile in the hot Texas sun as my punishment. Yeah, it might be it's gonna be, man, it seems like it's probably gonna be a late break. We're just chopping it up. Yeah, pretty much bounced off that about 400 there. Now we're kind of just rotating around. Looks like the 60s and 40s. Be pretty interesting if you do end up dropping. I could see it dropping. Like, you can get to like 2,900 or 21,000, 29,000. Be a good area. Right? Saying all the nonsense. Yeah, this is a choppy day. I mean, the previous week low is holding, so we definitely can. You can definitely get up there. So like, we did hit this. So obviously we did have a reaction. So we're, definitely bouncing off that. But yeah, this is definitely just wicking back and forth. The only thing, we're making like this wedge though, so it's like if we do, it could be a little explosive here, but this is just super choppy. Would not want to trade this right now. Like be trading in this. I really want to draw it, but like a little steep, but as you see, like strong move down, and then we slowly got back to this area, and then obviously, you know, the demand. So like the supply and demand trader in me says, you know, we go down. And then obviously, like we want to break this, and you start breaking these areas. Just off of here. There we go. Start breaking these. Let's say like that. This is where like what I really would want to see it price to go to. Is here. I mean, ultimately, you know, you want to see it go down here, but just these little bounty areas on the 5-minute. This would be like the first. This is where I can see it bouncing, like bounce, like come down, bounce off from. If it came down, if it broke, I can see it bouncing off this. But you know, obviously, if we break this, you know, there's really not a whole lot holding it back. You know, obviously, you have these little areas you can look at. Just depending on how you look at it, you can see you can look at the tops. But I like looking at rejection areas where the movements start. And then you got the over N, the bottom of that move. But since we're just kind of wicking, nothing's really clear. Yeah, but that previous week close holding very, very strong. Also VWAP's right there too. Yeah, I always find VWAP so interesting. As far as like, I swear, man, it's like it could be a brick wall or just not even be there. I would say most of the time it's like a brick wall, but the other thing I do like, if we do break to the downside, we have that previous day low. So if we break through that, it's a nice kind of a double area of like so it's kind of like a couple of things. So it's like we have the 200 level, right? We have the previous day low, and we have bottom side orb. So it breaks all those things. That's, you know, it's a pretty strong break. And then if it comes and retests and holds, you know, if that's another thing that would really kind of keep me interested. But are we just rotating? It's like we're rotating the 40s and 60s. Yeah, 40s and 60s. Yeah, and the fact that we just could not break out top side. We haven't threatened bottom side yet, so nothing really Nothing really there, but oh, man. Bet you in this 1 minute, just like you can see this big range right here. Not really big, but like, ooh, that looks messy. That is messy. Imagine trying to trade this on the 1 minute. Absolutely cooked. Oh man. Hopefully get a breakout for 10. Don't like these late breakouts that much. The stats started going down. Definitely because of the volume. I didn't see anything really going on. I need to double check, to be honest. No, because that was yesterday, right? I thought MC was yesterday. What was the day before? I won. Okay, there we go. I know there was one. Was it? Was it on? Was it one? No, it was Monday. There was a meeting in the afternoon. All right, bouncing. Pretty strong bounce there. Hopefully it goes somewhere. Well, the only thing is good, I guess. If you want to look at it, depending on like it, the volume's been kind of pretty up there the whole way. A lot of volatility today. Like pretty much the last one, like almost 4 candles have been exactly the same volume. Pretty large orb as well. I'm guessing that volatility is pretty high. Just what I don't hope in, like don't what I don't want to happen is that we just get a massive breakout. All right, let's see. I hope the market didn't hear me say that. Yeah, it's just gonna like drop like crazy. Just want to close outside the range. That's all I want. Simple. Let's see. Like I said, previous day low, bottom side of orb, and 200 level, psych level. Pretty strong right there. That's a pretty strong level. Like just having those three things. So pretty sure that warning level is about 50 points. So we don't want to go past that. All right, minute to go. Yeah, we got room. Okay. 20 seconds. Okay. Yeah, we bounced right off that higher time frame support resistance level. So let's see if we can get past that one. Yeah, so we get past this, and then like these, and then we should be clear for that. But just getting past this. Let's see. Bounce up that level pretty hard. Whoa, that's a lot of volatility. That was kind of wild. Yeah, yeah, that's a little crazy. That shot up very, very fast. That's some wild stuff. Yeah, it's not looking. Not that it's looking bad. It's just a lot of buying pressure. Yeah, I just have to wait and see on this one. This is just, I mean, there's like I don't know, this is just weird volume, just I don't know, spiking crazy. It's hard. This is a very weird market, very weird price action. Oh, it's not weird, it's just choppy. I just hope there was a lot of orders sitting at midline, so it pushes price down. all those, all the liquidity. Yeah, maybe. I think if we can break, I think if we can break the lows here, the lows like this area, it'd be nice if we could, if yeah, like a huge if here, we can break this, and this would be like a good, looks like how strongly we reacted. We can break through this. It's gonna be a good, it's gonna be like SBR, like support become resistance. That's the idea, man. Then we tank. Just have full on meltdown, like yesterday. So salty about that. Hold on, my dogs are barking. Out of the woods. Not out of the woods yet. Out of the woods yet. Just need like a 100-point drop right here. They can close underneath, or at least outside. That'd be fantastic. Not, yeah, don't wick. You want it to push down. Close below the level. Alright. God, man. This is just... So you couldn't break the highs. So basically, what it looks like is couldn't break the highs, false breakout, and we're stuck. We're just stuck in here. Obviously, we want to see this low broken. This is like the, I wouldn't say do or die, but this is gonna be like a big insight of what's gonna happen. I'd be mad though if I was my stop loss at midline, even though we might still lose. I'd still be mad. If I was a midline trader. It gets tapped so easily. Very true. I like, yes. Yeah, no, yeah, no, no, no. I like that. Yeah, yeah. I like that. I like the way you think. You're not wrong on that one. Man, not liking this market, man. Super, super messy. I mean, I love price action. Like, I think price action is like king, but like, there's no price action. Just, I mean, it's like, you know, higher lows, it's like lower lows, I guess, right? But like, otherwise, it's just like there's no price action. I mean, there is, but just like it's just really messy. Definitely not a clean market. It is. I'm in a trader here. This is the auto trader taking the trade. Yeah, it did. It took the trade. Come on, break these lows. No, no, no. It did it on its own. I did not touch anything. There's this video of this guy. Yeah, it's an old clip. I'm sure you guys have probably seen it. They're racing on the beach. Like they're doing it's like a dirt bike race, but it's on the beach. And this dude is he like you see like they're like in the helicopter, and they're in the helicopter and they're like they're showing the race, and you just see this guy literally pinning like full throttle like on sand, blowing past everybody. And like the whole like the I guess not like the joke of it is it's like either I see the checker flag or I see God. I always think that like certain trades it's either I'm gonna see like green or I'm gonna see red. I'm just holding. I always thought that was funny. But the dude, like the actual story behind it is the dude was already in first place. He was lapping everybody, and he was like a god of of racing, like on bikes, and he was literally lapping everybody. Like he already was in first place, but he was just blowing by everybody. But I always think that notion's kind of funny with trading. It's either I'm gonna see the I'm gonna get my TP, or I'm gonna see red. All right, we're out of orb. Going the right direction now. Just gotta stay that direction. Even if it's a slow grind, as long as we keep going down, that'd be fantastic. So, you know how it has like volume here, but this shows the volume to like volume relative to the EMA. Oh, right now it's not great volume. So we've been like steadily holding like 45. Volume is definitely dying down a little bit. As you can see, like we had this like huge like this all was a lot of like these are huge volume. Like there was a lot of volume in the candles. So we're definitely dipping down in volume. Like so the markets might be stabilizing. Normally it doesn't hold this much. Like this is a lot just to maintain. Not saying it's like not normal. I'm just saying it's just a lot. There was a lot of volume going back and forth. A lot of just volume going back and forth. No clear direction. Something was definitely going on during this to cause all this to have that much volume and like pretty much go back and forth. Look, just buyers and sellers were just pretty much duking it out, and like nobody was winning. I'm sure like on like heat map and the Dom, it would have been going pretty crazy. Could not break this low. Wherever entry is, could not break this. I think the other thing that could be kind of affecting it since we had that like pretty much meltdown yesterday. Market's kind of stagnant. As far as not stagnant, but it's just just choppy. So we break these lows. Be fantastic. The woods, yeah, I still gotta I want to see this level get broken. Right? Gotta talk to the markets. Gotta be nice to them. It's like, come on, Trump, we need you. Let's see if we get that last minute, that like last minute push. All right, see if we can get it. See if it happens. And there it is, right at the minute. See if we push down. There we go. There we go. Called that one. See if it doesn't wick though. Right? I don't know what it is, but like that last minute, man. That's like sometimes if like price is having a hard time, that last minute will give that push. I don't know if it's like an algo thing. I don't know, but I've seen that happen so many times. Good close here. Come on, good close. Now if we can just use that level as a I don't blow through it. Yeah, that's what I want to see. Get tested and push down. We want this level to hold. Like I don't want to see it come back to not necessarily come back to orb, but I just want to see this. I want to see this level get respected. I would say we're out of the woods, but there's not a whole lot in the way now. Maybe like the 40s would probably be like the next area. Then obviously like 200. Or sorry, 2,900, 29,000. Come on, meltdown. Yeah, because if we can start just dropping and just, ultimately target would be not target, but like, target would be here, like sort of price I would want to see go. So obviously we're in the way of that. Yeah, it would be. It wouldn't. True. All right, let's see how we do 50%. To be honest, I wonder if my indicator is onto something as far as like its TPE or the SL system, just because of how much that 50% reacts. because it's just a line. It's just a line that's half of, entry to stop loss. That's all it really, or TP, whatever, which we want to call it. It always reacts for some odd reason. It's weird. See? It's not based on any level. It's just based off the 50% of TP. I find it super weird. Well, yeah, I definitely want to see it. I just want to see it flush down to TP. But like I was saying, it's just so weird. Like, because it's not based off like data like on the chart. It's based off just 50% of TP. Based off the breakout candle. That's why I always thought that's so weird. I suppose so. Well, that's the thing. So it's not based off like any level on the chart. It's just based off wherever the breakout happened. So it's like it changes. Well, it's like it's based off this. Actually, it's not even based off ours because ours is here. Like so, it'd be probably a little bit different. It's actually a little bit higher. But based off this breakout here, this stop loss, this entry, this 50%, it bounced off. Bounced off this 50%. But still, like it's still the same area. The other one would probably be like here, but I just think it's really weird. I don't know. Maybe I cracked the code. How they're doing it. How they're figuring something out. I don't know. Yeah, because I kept seeing it always get hit and then reacts. I'm like, but why? Yeah, I definitely want to see that. What was it 21, 29, 160? I want to see that hold. I don't care if we get pullbacks. I just want to see that hold. And obviously keep making lows. I want to see the new lows get made. Yeah. Yeah, I want to see a strong push down. Yeah, I just want to get away from that warning level. Yeah, because it's like messy, and then it's starting to look like it's starting to make some structure there. Yeah, I mean, you could say pivot point, but it's like it's not based off anything. That's what I'm saying. Like it's not. It's based off the criteria within the system as far as like the breakout wherever it landed, and then wherever TP landed, and just 50% of it. So it's not based off like a price level. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. So like it'd be like so it's like 160, so 80 80 points, something like around there. Maybe I didn't ever thought about that. That is actually a good point. I don't think either, I don't think either way it makes. I don't know. It's weird. Like I could see like it happening once in a while, but it happens like a lot with a 50%. But it will be one of the mysteries. All right, see if we can keep pushing. I think we break the 40s here. I think we have a good shot. I want to see it take out these like this is what I want to see, just like take this low out, like all this. That should be like I can see price going there. And this is like a kind of like a controlled drop. This isn't like too crazy, isn't too aggressive. You know, that's like the only thing is like when you start dealing with super aggressive drops, you get like kind of like the whipsaw. And like that's the other thing. Like yesterday, we had that aggressive drop. When you have aggressive drops like that, you almost likely get an aggressive move back. So it's about calling that bottom. All right. Yeah. Hopefully he's in it. Or was it that Monday trade? Was it Monday where it got like 40 points from TP and then literally reversed all the way back, went to drawdown and it came back up, and then it's just like emotional roller coaster. And then ended up doing an end of day close, which was crazy because it's like it wasn't that far. I mean, like just price could not make it. Oh my god. That was so annoying. You know, but like, okay, the price movement on that day was like really choppy outside the orb. That was the thing. Like, we got to the upper level and it just chopped the top part, like the upper part. Almost there. Like one big green candle. That's all we need. Yeah, I was, oh my god. Yeah, so if we get here, like obviously these lows, we'll obviously already hit TP. That's why like this, like these are like, this is like the ultimate, obviously, like sweep this, you know, we get, obviously we'll already be at TP, but that's where I'm hoping price wants to go. I suspect maybe a pullback is going to happen before then, or before it hit TP, but I'm kind of hoping it just cleanly hits it. Obviously, we're not going with this TP. It's this TP, this green light. It's the original TP, or TP for the first breakout. The second breakout, this is the TP. So technically, this is not the right TP. It's this one. It's only about 10 to 20 points. I think it's like 20 point difference. Yeah, so what I'm hoping is gonna like, we'll take out this low area, then reverse. Hopefully not before then. That'd be absolutely heartbreaking. All we do is just we can cruise the rest of this. What the hell's TP2? Oh geez. Yeah, I mean that is definitely on the table. I don't know, it doesn't seem like it has that aggressiveness to it. That's the only thing. It's like yesterday was super aggressive. If it were gonna go to TP2, I think it would be a little more aggressive. I think. I mean, I don't know. Not financial advice. Yeah, hopefully we're not reversing. See if we do that 1 minute push. I don't think we're gonna get that 1 minute push here. Yeah, like I'm just hoping it cruises down the rest of the way. Like it might be a little bit of a grind, but I think we can get there. See if this FEG holds here. Don't want to inverse. Okay. Might be cooking here. I want to keep I want to see new lows we made. Yeah, that's what we need. Just what we gotta do. That's all we gotta do. So simple. It's so simple. I like that double bottom though. Not a fan. Definitely not a fan. Yeah. see, do we inverse? Yeah, don't like, not liking that too much. Whoa. Yeah, it could be reversing. We'll see. We'll see. See if we hold. Believe. Yeah, this just could be. I guess it could be a pullback. We'll see. See how aggressive this comes back. Right? All people trailing and stuff. Yeah, definitely having that reaction. See if we hold. Don't want the structure to be broken yet, but just gotta wait and see. Be right back. Oh, yeah, it's not looking too good. Let's see if we hold. If not, it could be the reversal. You know how strong that warning level is. I don't know, man. Market's been testing my patience lately. All right, about a minute left in this one. Be nice if we got a little wick and flip here. I know. Well, yesterday, I mean, yesterday was straight to TV. I mean, if we come back down and break the low, there's a good chance we should be able to push the TP. It's just getting back down there. Oh yeah, it'd be heartbreaking. What? What? Oh man. Yeah, this is not looking too promising. Yeah, look like it's trying to happen. Looks like we pushed as far as we could go. It definitely wants. What had to happen was that Monday we came all the way back to the orb and reversed. That was like way late in the day. But 29,160 is holding. So, and that's what I was like wanting to like when we broke through it. You know, if price came back and tested it and held, I mean, it gives me a little bit more, more hope in the trade. But just trying to push. So as long as we can keep holding, and keep this on the right side. It's like Trump, go threaten somebody, go threaten somebody on Twitter, go cause a ruckus. These buyers need to knock it off. Looks like it's a real battle, though. It's a real battle. How you gonna wick like that twice and not go down? Gotta put your big boy pants on today. All right, come on, we need that push. You break the lows. Come on, 200-point candle. I want to see this inversion here. Yeah, looks like we might. I don't know. Let's see how this candle closes. It's not hit the panic button yet. Yeah, we need this candle to start pushing. How long have you been in this trade? I feel like it's been forever. An hour. Yeah, strong close, get through this fair value gap. It'd be fantastic. Nice strong close. A lot of wicks today. Very wicky. All right, 20 seconds. Hopefully, we get a good close here. Not the best close, but guess we'll take it. And it seems like it's going down, and then when the buyers step in, it just rockets up. I just need to break the slow now. Let's see. Well, let's see if we can get like. I want to see if we can get past this low. Because it's like it doesn't look too bad. It's just like we're making a little bit of structure here. So as long as we break this low, structure's intact. But I think we break this. If we come back up and break this level, I think we put a valiant effort. I mean, it's not like we're not profit right now either, right? Kind of look at it as like we're in the red. If we break the low, what is it? It's like 30 something points. 40. Yeah, I just need to break this low. I think we should put the sweep. We should be to sweep these lows. And then obviously that's already TP. But I'm letting the auto trader take the wheel for me. That would suck. That is a lot of points. That would be, let's see, from where we are, almost 300, almost 300, 280 points. That is a lot of points. That's a huge reversal. A massive reversal. I mean, that's kind of, it's already almost 11 o'clock. It's a long way to go. Without taking something out first, though, that's like the thing. It's like I would have to take out like a low, or like something on the 4 hour, like how I did yesterday. Like yeah, like these almost equal lows here. Like I could see this then reversing, but like because like yesterday was like we reversed like here probably, or one of these candles. Because like look at like the reversal here. It's really not, like this is the area I could see it reversing at, like actually reversing, like for a big reversal. It's not good. We're not making new lows. Yeah, we need this candle definitely to push down. Which it just started. I mean, it could definitely wake up and then come back down. It needs to make that wick first. That's always like kind of tricky part when you use like higher time frame. So like say like when the 1 hour, 4 hour starts, like when you're having that transition, that like you're always gonna, not always, but most of the time you're gonna get a wick on the candle. So like say you're trying to short it, and then like the 4 hours just started, you might get that pop up because depending how high it is, like on the whatever time frame, 5 minute, and then if price is gonna come down, it's gonna make that wick to come up and then come back down to make the actual body. That's why I always keep an eye, like when we like in the morning. That's why I always keep an eye on the like 30-minute, 1 hour, and 4 hour for that transition. Yeah, definitely need to start breaking some lows. I think so much worried about the reversal. I'm worried just price is gonna stall. Man. Yeah, we just started the new 1 hour candle. Yeah, it's not looking too good. To be quite honest, I think we might have gone as far as we're gonna go. Making higher highs. We shall see. We shall see. All right. Yep. Well, we'll see. Still not over yet, but yeah, I'm gonna give it a little more time. But as far as I'll probably just leave the trade open, but I think it'd be calling it for the day. Price is just doing some nonsense. Nah, I'm letting it ride. Letting it ride. Letting the auto trader do its thing. I'll tell you what, it's only risking one contract, so it's not like crazy amount of money. Never know. Still go. Yeah, what a weird month. Yeah, definitely pushing up. Yeah, about to be at entry. Yep, there it goes. Yep. Oh well. Valiant effort.